Follow me each week as I dive in, tank top first, obviously, and highlight known and off the beaten path destinations that should be on your travel bucket list. Stay safe, stay proud, and always remember to live out loud.
What up? This is Rama Screen, and I'm here talking with LGBT travel expert and host of the upcoming digital travel show Gaycation, which launches on the Out Voices platform on May 14th, Ravi Roth. How are you, Ravi?
What's up? Great to be here. I'm doing well, How you doing?
Not bad. Thank you for taking the time. So for my viewers, to get to know you a little bit better, tell us what it is that you do and why you do this thing that you do.
Sure. So I am a gay travel guru, meaning I trek the globe and I uncover queer culture and queer humanity everywhere I go. I've done that for the last 8 years with my own personal channel, Ravi Round the World, on Instagram and on YouTube. And now I am the host of the upcoming show, the Gaycation Travel Show, where we are telling the story of destinations making their comeback post-coronavirus.
Fantastic. I read you have been named top 10 gay travel Instagrammers in the world to follow by Unicorn Booty, nominated for Best Insta Traveler of 2019 by Gay Cities and also Metro Sources People We Love in 2019. How does it feel to be receiving all these wonderful recognitions?
No, it's great. It's great. It's there's so much work that goes into it. The first few years were total failures not failures, but total learning experiences. I taught myself everything. I taught myself how to edit, how to shoot, how to film, how to hold a camera, how to tell a story. And so to be recognized and to be understood and seen in this world, it means a lot. It means a lot. I really aim to be the queer Anthony Bourdain, the late Anthony Bourdain. He's such an inspiration to me, and my goal is to be that version for the LGBTQIA community.
I love Anthony Bourdain too, so
Yeah.
he's my hero as well. I traveled Europe when I was younger, and I've done road trip USA with my family. So traveling is something that I would love to go back doing again when money and scheduling allow, because I just love it. So you said that you've been to, or I read that you've been to 31 countries. Is that correct?
It's 32 now. Yeah, 32
32. Okay.
countries. Yeah.
Let me ask you, was there a country that you were supposed to travel to, but ultimately just fell apart or you couldn't because of flight cancellation or maybe budget constraints? Any story that you can share with us?
Well, I was scheduled to go to Milan, Italy, when COVID-19 was rearing its head. So that all fell through. I was supposed to go for the International Gay and Lesbian Travel Association, and yeah, that it got canceled because of COVID. So that was my trip getting canceled story. I wanted to go everywhere in 2020, 2021. And I was fortunate enough to go to a few places domestically, but I haven't traveled internationally yet. So other than that, I'd say, everywhere else that I wanted to go, I have been able to go.
So are you planning to go back to or try to go to Milan this time around now that everybody's
I
vaccinated?
mean, I would love to. I was supposed to go for a specific festival, the International Gay and Lesbian Travel Association Festival, but this year it's going to be in Atlanta. So hopefully it goes back to Milan the year after.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Of those 31 countries, which countries that have the most vibrant LGBT cultures?
Oh, that's tough. I think it's tough to break things into countries because
Okay.
even in the USA, every city is different, every state is different. But I'd have to say that in South Africa, I went to Cape Town, South Africa for Pride like 6 years ago, and it was fantastic. It was super small, super quaint, but everyone I met was just like such a gem, so uniquely themselves, so accepted. So I loved it there. I loved Amsterdam. Everywhere I go, I feel like everywhere I've gone has been so accepting and so vibrant in the queer space. And then especially in the United States, there's so many places. I just came from Chicago, and Chicago has the very first gay recognized gay village in the United States
Uh-huh.
in the Boys Town, North Allsted area. And so it was so cool to be there. You know, they had a trans crosswalk. I've never
Cool.
seen that before. And really seeing how they're pushing the envelope in a place like Chicago is amazing. But also, I went to Cedar Rapids, Iowa this year for a Gaycation travel show, and Cedar Rapids turned it out. It was one of the most surprisingly queer friendly destinations I've ever been to. And I had no interest in go. I mean, it was never on my bucket list, right? You don't think Cedar Rapids, sign me up. But it was amazing.
Thank you for sharing that. When I watch travel show hosts like Samantha Brown, the late Anthony Bourdain, and I always think, well, man, you guys are doing the best job ever. But is the feeling always euphoric all the time, or were there times during your travel when you felt like, man, I wish I could be back in my bed, right now?
It's a great question.
Mm,
I mean, I feel like in any job that you have, every job is a job, right? Every job is a job. So meaning there's some days where it starts at 6 in the morning and I end at 11 at night, and then I start the next day at 6 in the morning. So the last 2 weeks were pretty much that. I was in Cedar Rapids going into Chicago, coming right from Tulsa. So it was like a very being engaging and also learning and exploring. And so I love it. I'm obsessed with it, but there's moments where you can feel a little burnt out. But what I did was I always take a day when I get back to New York or
mm.
back to wherever I am stationed after a trip, and I just like have a Ravi day. I turn off my phone. I just binge watch, like I just watch The Handmaid's Tale. I just binge watch like TV or something. I take a bubble bath, like really recharge, because it's a taxing job to not only be on, but to be really connecting with somebody. And that's it for me. It's that the connection between myself and the locals that I meet is what really make the show and really make me learn about a destination. So if I'm just like, doing my own thing, not really caring, and like kind of asking some mundane questions and not really paying attention, I'm not really getting what the essence of a city is like.
Very true, very true. And let me ask you a couple of travel pro tips. I know that my viewers can just go to your channel or your show for that, but let me just get at least a couple from you. What are the three items that you have to have in your luggage? I mean, I know people put in towels or sandals or jeans, but what are the three must-have items in your luggage for your travel?
Okay, well, I'm going to answer that question having just done a month-long voyage. Bring another pair of shoes. I
Okay.
didn't bring another pair of shoes, and my biscuits were killing me. My shoes were getting worn out. They started smelling a little bit. So I definitely would say bring an extra pair of shoes. Um, you're always going to pack more than you're going to wear, but I would just say make sure you bring a rain jacket or a light jacket. I made that. So everything that all of these tips are things that I learned on this last trip. So an extra pair of shoes, I didn't bring. A light jacket, didn't bring that. And make sure you always have sunblock on you. And I didn't have that. So important because A, getting burned, but B, also your skin. C, you don't know just because it's like 50 degrees doesn't mean the sun's not going to be out. So make sure you have those three, and then always bring a selfie stick because you never know when you're going to need that.
Yes, I love selfie sticks.
Yeah.
So, when people make arrangements for accommodations, either hotels or restaurants or sightsee places or transportations, should they find the cheapest deals, or should they not be afraid to spend a little more for comfort? What's the wisest choice there?
I think it's up to you. It's personal. There's days where I love to splurge and get like a 5-star hotel, spend my rent check on certain things. But then there's days where I like to, if I'm going to see a city and I don't have a huge budget set aside, I might do a hostel, or I might do
Mm.
an Airbnb or a Mr. B&B. I might get something that is a little bit more affordable, so that I can spend more money on other things. I think people either travel for food, they travel for sights, they travel for nightlife, they travel for coffee, they travel for conversation, they travel for beach. Everyone is different. So that's such a hard question to answer because it's a personal thing. Um, I love when I travel to destinations, I love to do both. So I love to stay in like a 5-star, and then I love to stay in like a little bit more of a funky, more affordable place. I love to eat fancy dinners with like 5-course meals or like 8-course tasting menus. And I like to also get dollar pizza like we do in Manhattan in New York City. So it really ranges. It really ranges for what's comfortable for you.
Thank you for sharing that. Now, as I'm winding down, I read on the press note that you recently traveled with your dad, right? Correct. And that bonding time, did that experience kind of change your outlook on life in any way? I mean, it seems like a sweet experience.
Oh, it was amazing. Uh, it started off with my dad, my sister, my brother, and I. We all went to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We lost our mom in October, and this was the first trip since then that we got to take as a family. And so we had an amazing time bonding as a family in Tulsa, which rocked my world. And then brother and sister went on their ways, and it was just dad and I. And we went from staying in luxury. We lived in luxury in Tulsa. They gave us a Lexus to drive around. You know, it was just amazing. And then we went to have a hardcore shift, and my dad and I drove a stick shift truck with
Nice.
no air conditioning, and just a radio that sometimes worked to Los Angeles. And it was such a special bonding time. Nothing can really replace that. We got to eat oatmeal and raisins that were dry. We almost ran out of gas. We got some brewskis on like the side of the road one time. I mean, we didn't sleep in the truck, but it was just a really special bonding time. I got to learn a lot about my dad. I got to also learn a lot about America. I learned a lot about windmills. I have never seen so many windmills in my life. And so it was really cool. Now I have this like slight obsession with windmills. But it was just a really special time. So I would highly, encourage people as traveling's opening up, as people are starting to explore and starting to get out of their comfort zone and starting to put out those bucket list places. Don't forget about the people that you love, the people that are close to you. If anything we learned this past year is we don't know when our time is up. So spend time with people you love. Go on a road trip with your family. I mean, we had such laughs. We definitely had such a little tiffs here and there, as you would when you're a 37-year-old man driving in a car with your dad and you haven't spent more than 3 days together ever, like just the two of you. So, but it was absolutely beautiful, and I highly recommend doing that. Maybe not a stick shift truck, but I highly recommend doing that for anyone out there listening.
I'm telling you, I checked out your Ravi Round the World YouTube channel videos, and it just made my day. I mean, my life just brightens up because of the videos. So I thank you for that. And finally, I'm gonna give you this time to do your plug. Tell my viewers where they can follow you on social media, where they can find you on YouTube, where they can check out your new show, Gaycation.
Thank you, Rama. Thanks so much for having me. So Ravi Round the World, that's RAVI, Round the World. Ravi Round the World. That's my Instagram, that's my YouTube, that's my Twitter, that's my TikTok. And then for the Gaycation Travel Show, it is Gaycation Travel Show's YouTube channel, Gaycation Travel Show Instagram, and then you can find out all the information and watch our new sizzle trailer on gaycationmagazine.com.
Ravi Roth, thank you for talking to me, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Follow me each week as I dive in, tank top first, obviously, and highlight known and off the beaten path destinations that should be on your travel bucket list. Stay safe, stay proud, and always remember to live out loud.